Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Dugout, where it's your one-stop show for everything in the world of cricket, Indian cricket in particular, and whatever people may say, the focus now is on the Asia Cup. Now, past 2 days you've seen the squad being announced, lot of uproar over the squad when you look at it. No Shreyas Iyer, no Yashasvi Jaiswal, but you're fitted in a Shubman Gill. Now, the topic that we have picked is going to be the repercussion of that squad which was picked. One person's inclusion may have thrown the composition awry, not awry. Everything we will discuss in this dugout. But looking at what has happened in the world of cricket today, it's like, okay, status quo has resumed after a lot of upheaval. Ashwin's statement, he gave a very, very emotional statement about why did he retire suddenly from the Brisbane Test afterwards. That interview he did with Rahul Dravid was quite an eye-opener. I wonder how a certain Abhimanyu Ishwaran must be feeling at this point in time. Picked for 2-3 tours, put on the bench. Now suddenly he is not playing. What will a Sarfaraz be feeling? What would some individuals who never managed to play for India, how will they be feeling? It's truly an eye-opening interview that's been done. So do check that out that we have got. And what else is making news?
You mentioned about Rahul Dravid there. His comments are also doing the rounds. He talked about the time that he worked very closely with Rohit Sharma, and what is it that the working relationship between the two of them was. I read that as well. And otherwise, yeah, there was the Australia-South Africa match that took place. We were watching that upstairs not too long back.
South Africa, what dominance. They have not lost series to them, I think, for close to 3-4 years now, if I'm not mistaken.
Lungisani Ngidi, I think, picked up the last wicket of
5
the
wickets
match as well and completed his 5 for.
Yeah,
that's that.
But the other major update, Women's World Cup 2025, the matches that were scheduled to be held in Bengaluru has now been shifted to Navi Mumbai. So,
reasons for that, I think you know already, but in case you're not that well versed with it, it was because of what had happened in the aftermath of that parade, or not parade, the celebration that took place at the Chinnaswamy
the victory
Stadium.
Stampede that took place on that particular
After
day.
RCB won, the Karnataka State Cricket Association wasn't able to get the clearance from the police personnel, and the police department said no, there can't be a massy event over here, and that's why the venue has now been shifted to Navi Mumbai. I think Thiruvananthapuram was also up for
there.
discussion.
Greenfield Stadium was up for discussion, but it's now gone to Navi Mumbai.
Yeah.
And that's why Navi Mumbai could also host the final. Because if, supposing Pakistan doesn't make it, then Navi Mumbai, but if Pakistan makes it, Colombo is the final. So yeah, lots has been happening in the world of cricket at this point in time, but our primary focus is this Asia Cup.
The Asia Cup 11, yeah, of course, we've all, I think, in our minds since the time that we saw the 15-member squad, we've had an outline of the 11 as well. Let's be honest. It's perhaps just those two positions that we'll have to talk about because there are quite a few players that select themselves. What a Shubman Gill does is you need to worry about a slot less now because, of the 15 player, captain, vice captain, their slots are fixed. Jasprit Bumrah's slot is also fixed. You have to have a wicket keeper as well. Who that is? So that slot is also gone. Hardik Pandya also selects himself automatically.
By the way, if you have to look at the players that are there for the Asia Cup today, two major updates even on that. Sanju Samson was playing in the number 5 position in one Kerala local T20 tournament. And Rinku Singh has gotten back to form with 108 of 48, playing for the Meerut Mavericks against Gorakhpur Lions in the UP
He's been
T20
bowling
league.
there as well. I think I saw him bowl the other day.
But as Vikrant sir would have said the other day.
Managed to get some drift as well.
Yeah.
Shivam, you say something?
First ball wicket, yeah.
Wicket.
But yeah, it's like Vikrant sir's comment that day. Yeah, even I also bowl in the STPL. It doesn't mean that I'm a full-time bowler in that sense. So yeah, sure, you would want Rinku. There is also Tilak, who's also bowled off spin. And I think even he also has a wicket in his first over, if I'm not mistaken. Tilak Verma. West Indies series,
West Indies,
2023.
yeah.
So, two major updates on that. But Sanju Samson batting at number 5, that is definitely going to ruffles some feathers because I think he may be batting out of position. But we'll have a combined 11 when we look at it at this point.
Let's just straight away get into it because
Yeah.
there's so much, history has it. Siddharth and I don't always agree with each other. So that's going to be a time consuming activity.
It will be.
Let's just straight away get into the 11. Yeah, you wanted to say
But
something?
the common consensus we agree upon.
Yeah, there is one consensus though,
Yeah.
which we agreed upon before we came live with this stream to you guys, that we've decided as to what the combination is going to be. So, three fast bowlers, including a Hardik Pandya, is what we've decided. Now, this is where it gets interesting going forward, whether we're willing to play two out and out specialist spinners, and by that I mean a Varun Chakravarti and a Kuldeep together, or maybe there is no room, because what that means is with two out and out pacers, two out and out spinners, you're not batting till number 8 then. Your batting stops at number 7. So this is where I do suspect Siddharth and I to be butting heads
And
all over
also,
again.
let us make no mistake about it, the tournament is being held in September. What happened in the UAE in February, March is immaterial. There you had slow decks, you had the spinners dominate the roost there. In September, it's a whole new ball game altogether. Because I'll give you examples of IPL 2020 when it began in September. I'll give you IPL 2021 and the T20 World Cup that happened, but that happened in October, November. This is the first time that it's happening at such an early date. When you look at it, September and after quite some time. We've observed the trends and we've seen that you have to have pace bowlers who rule the roost. I mean, I checked the first games that were played in September.
Delhi, Mumbai,
Delhi, Punjab.
Delhi, Punjab.
Delhi, Punjab in 2020. And I also checked out the final that was played in 2021, CSK versus KKR. The team that played more spinners lost. So, that is why there is a trend that in January to March period, the spinners rule the roost. ILT20 would have given you a gauge of that, but in September, wickets are fresh. From April till now, there would have been a significant gap. And India, I specifically chose only Dubai. Because India are playing only in Dubai 3 out of 4 games. One game is, I think, in Abu Dhabi, if I'm not mistaken. So, in this sense, this is the squad that was picked on a couple of days back, okay? The names are all there, barring one major addition in Shubman Gill. The rest have all played with the team for 1 year. And a lot of other people, and Sunil Gavaskar also had their 11 when they picked.
You want to take a look at his 11?
Yeah, we'll take a look at Sunil Gavaskar's 11 that was there for the Asia Cup. So, if people can see this and somewhere down the line.
So he's gone with 2 out and out spinners and 2 specialist pacers. And in his 11, there's batting till number 7.
No, actually, he's gone with 3 3 spinners when you look at it. If you look at
You're
it,
including an Aksar now, specialist I said.
Specialist.
Yeah,
Right.
so
right.
there's batting till number 7 in this one.
But this is where we and you will be totally like butting heads over this, because I know the conservative estimate that is there in test match cricket of all places, where India bats till number 8. It is impossible for me to fathom that India will not bat at number 8 in this Asia Cup. So, shall we dive into this conundrum immediately?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so first thing which we will not butt our heads on is the first name on that list, which will make it Abhishek Sharma,
Absolutely.
number 1 T20I batter in the world, and also when you look at it, India's best 220 strike rate in the past 1 year. And plus he hit a century, if I'm not mistaken, against England. Where
I think he did.
He did, yeah. So definitely
He hit
one
one
of.
against Ireland as well. No, Zimbabwe last year.
He also hit one against Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
He started off with a duck, then I think with a century, then couple of low scores. He failed in the
It was a
Bangladesh
5-match
series.
I remember Shubman
Yeah.
didn't play the first couple of matches of that series. something like that.
He was the captain. Then he had a string of low scores, failed in that series versus Bangladesh, but then bounced back against England. So Abhishek Sharma makes it into that playing 11 for us. Second name,
Up-Kaptan.
Up-Kaptan Shubman Gill. There is no other way you can play a Shubman Gill. He has to play in the top order.
Okay, what's the downside, Siddharth? If just, while I agree with you that we must have Shubman Gill at number 2, because you've had a Sanju Samson perform so well for you in that opening in that role as an opener, and he's given you 3 centuries as well in very quick time. How do you remove a Sanju Samson? Because see, things are going well with the two of them. You got a left hand, right hand there as well. So with that in mind, having a Gill in place of a Samson gives you nothing new in terms of your overall appearance as an opening duo. But why not Shubman Gill at 3?
Then you are pushing everybody into a position which they are not familiar with. I'll tell you why. Because see, assuming that our captain bats at 4, okay, Gill at 3, but then Tilak, Hardik, everybody's finishing has kind of been rusty in the past 1 year. There is a very dark underbelly there, okay.
Because I think what can happen if we do that is perhaps you can have some batting at 8 then.
I think we might get to that situation because see, I have a different 11, but the composition remains the same. But I think my composition will be slightly different in that sense because I had argued that with the arrival of Shubman Gill, I think Sanju doesn't merit a place. Because you will need an out-and-out finisher, and there is only one finisher in the squad that I can think of who can deliver the goods.
Okay.
So for me, my wicket keeper is...
I won't make that guess just yet.
Yeah, so that is why. Sanju batting out of position has got greater risk. So that is what. Shubman Gill's arrival has churned that top order very much in that sense. And Sanju is the fall guy. What more does he need to do? You're talking about justice for Shreyas, justice for everyone else. What about Sanju? He was designated to be your finisher 3 years ago. But now he is himself getting finished then at this point in time. So begrudgingly we agree upon our 2 openers.
Yeah.
In Gill and Abhishek. I can't see any other way.
I do agree as well. I think when the call was made to have Shubman Gill back in the setup, you knew he was opening, especially because of the kind of IPL that he had, where he showed that he also has got that higher gear to his game, where he finished with a strike rate of about 155, I think, and an average of 50.
Correct.
And where did he score all those runs? He scored all those runs opening the innings for the Gujarat Titans. So I think you're not looking beyond the number 2 position, the first 2 positions for Shubman.
Okay. Number 3. I think there also we shouldn't be having any...
I stick with Tilak.
Same. Namburi Thakur, Tilak Verma. Tilak is my number 3 as well because he had 300s, if I'm not mistaken, in that period of 2024, has been really aggressive. But the concern is he didn't have a good season for Mumbai Indians. And 2 identical seasons when you look at it. Kind of. He underwhelmed in the IPL. But I think with the kind of form Tilak had in internationals, you can't let him go.
He scored some very gritty 50s for India. And I think why Tilak also in a way edged a Shreyas Iyer was because he scored those runs in tight situations.
Correct.
That is probably one thing that would have gone his way, because if you were just solely deciding on players basis the IPL, then Shreyas Iyer was a straight walk-in. I think the selectors were mindful of Tilak's contributions in that England series and prior to that as well, where he was streaky on a few occasions, but he showed that he's got that game to play deep and win you matches as well, given the position, even when he comes into bat at number 3.
Nothing more to add because I think Tilak offers you, he can change gears immediately. So that is why it's going to be very, very interesting at this point in time. And number 4, Bhau. Can't go anywhere.
Also 3 and 4 we've seen, we saw in that England series only how Surya Kumar Yadav came into bat at 3
Correct.
at times and Tilak would come in at 4. So I think that is very, it comes with a bit of fluidity,
Yep.
but I'm fine. 3, 4.
Yes. So Sky, our captain, also.
2 Mumbai Indians teammates.
Yep, 2 Mumbai Indians teammates. So Sky, I hope he doesn't fall any further because his form has been pretty bad. And you look at 2025, he averages just 5. That's the problem. So that is why Surya Kumar Yadav, but he's had a fantastic IPL when you look at it. Fantastic IPL. I think he scored over 700 runs, if I'm not mistaken, in the season. He was second only behind Sai Sudarshan. So that is why I think Surya I think he's gotten the form back. He's gotten fitness back also. He had a sports hernia operation, recuperating at the center of excellence. So that's why it's quite good that Suryakumar Yadav, we need a fit and firing Suryakumar Yadav. 717. Oh, he was not that far behind Sai Sudarshan. Now I think we are entering danger territory where we are going to not agree upon it. Number 5. Who are you playing?
You go first.
Hardik for me. Hardik, I mean, 5 and 6 are interchangeable for me. For me, it's number 5 is Hardik. Number 6 is Rinku Singh.
Okay. I'm going to go 5 with Hardik as well. I
Okay.
believe with Hardik, you've seen on a few occasions now, both in franchise cricket and in international cricket, that he gives you a feeling that this is a guy who should be facing more deliveries. And he plays a fearless brand of cricket as well. So he needs some batting to follow after him because he plays high risk games. So for somebody who plays that high risk game, and he's shown that he can play that high risk game as well. I'd also continue to have Hardik at number 5 because he's delivered as well in that batting position.
Correct. So Hardik solves you 2 problems. One, you've already got a bowler, you've already got a batter. Okay, so that one. And 6 is for me Rinku Singh. Looking at the left, right. I know DUBE is there. But somewhere down the line in these particular kind of wickets and knowing DUBE's short ball weakness plus pace weakness, he won't have to face much of spin, which I feel. Which is why I think when you look at it, Hardik, Rinku at this point in time. See, for me, what does Hardik do at this particular point in time? Because Hardik Pandya at this point in time, looking at his prowess, has he finished games for you in the past? Or is he an accumulator who will bat through one end? Because he's not had, when was the last time I can recollect him taking you over the line? Maybe Pakistan, that game in the Asia Cup in which he hit that 6 with 3 balls to spare. Which one? Oh yeah, he had a very calm outlook at that point in time. I can't recollect any other match in which he's finished. Which is why I think for me, Hardik will be at 5 at this point in time because he's not my finisher. So I need to bat him slightly higher up the order. That's why. Plus power play, he'll give me 2 overs with the ball or he'll give me maybe 3 overs with the ball. But Hardik Pandya at this point in time, where do you want to play him lower down the order?
No, I think I'm happy with Hardik at 5.
Okay. 6, let's devote some time on this. 6 is going to be a vital position. For me, it's Rinku. Over DUBE, for one simple reason. Rinku Singh can be your finisher. I'm not so confident about DUBE. DUBE, on the other hand, again, we gave you this outliner that conditions in Dubai and Abu Dhabi will be fresh. So pacers will dominate the roost. And knowing DUBE's weakness for the short ball, yes, he might have improved upon his game, but I honestly don't see him fitting into the 6th position for me. Either I'm going with the left-right combination. Rinku, 108 or 48. Plus, he's known to finish games in the past. How do I ignore that? So, what do you think?
I'm just, you can't help but think of, I'm actually, worried about, I know 6 and 7, I can fit in 2 players easy. I'm worried about the number 8 slot. And which is
my number 8 is sorted.
My number 8, because I can't for the life of me begin to think that India don't want batting at number 8. There has to be somebody. And the only name that's sort of coming to my mind, had there been a Washington Sundar, then a Washington Sundar would have been a number 8. But Washington's not there. And the only one who gives me some sort of ability with the bat is then a Harshit Rana. Now, does a Harshit Rana play in this side ahead of a Jasprit Bumrah or, in fact, for that matter, ahead of a Arshdeep Singh? That I find that hard to digest. So, I'm just thinking perhaps you will have to go. The only way of making a team which has batting till number 8 is, I think, then by having only 5 bowling options. That will then have to be the downside if you want batting till number 8.
Which is what I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the fact that I've got only 5 bowling options because, see, I need the left-right combination, plus I need a finisher, Plus, I need the composition also to be okay. Which is why I think number 6, and looking at the form, sure, Rinku Singh also hasn't had a good run in 2025, average is 19. But his strike rate, you can't ignore, 150 plus. And let us make one thing very clear here, Rinku Singh will not get to face 30-35 deliveries.
Yeah.
That is the only possibility if you have a collapse of 4-5 wickets.
The only thing is that he looked very rusty in the IPL. Very, very rusty. He looked a pale shadow of himself.
But a gun fielder.
A gun fielder and somebody, I agree with you, you need to back somebody as a Rinku Singh who will always come in situations where you need him to perform, where he'll only get to play less than an over, at best about 8 deliveries, 9 deliveries is what a Rinku Singh gets to play. Otherwise, he isn't going to be coming into situations where he'll get 20 odd balls, as you said, to play. So for somebody who will be asked to do the toughest job, play 5 deliveries, play 8 deliveries, score about 20 runs in those, 22 runs, 25 runs, something like that. You're asking a lot out of somebody who's going to be doing one of the hardest jobs.
Yeah, so who do you feel then? Rinku fits the job at number 6?
I'll just come back to the 11, Shivam, if we can.
Yeah. Okay, what happened? Akshar at 5 and Hardik at 6. See, Akshar is a floater. Okay. For me, Akshar, he batted even at number 3, if I'm not mistaken. He was the one who scored those crucial runs in that final at Barbados. For me, Akshar Patel is a fit. But we are not debating on the 11. We are not debating on what the batting order should be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very fluid between 5 and 8. Even for that matter, we've heard it from the Indian incumbent T20 captain that in this team you need to be fluid.
Yeah.
There have been times that we've seen an Akshar bat ahead of a Hardik, and there have been times we've seen Hardik come out to bat at number 7, 8 as well. So
exactly.
You will have to be fluid in this batting
See,
team.
With another disclaimer here, we are just picking the 11. In what order, that is not up to us.
Let's try and do this because there is a bit of a logjam here between 5, 6, 7 names are there, but we're still trying to get the balance right. Let's go the other way and try making life easy, at least as far as the 11 is concerned. Let's go bottom to top for now before we get to 6, 7, 8. Those
6, 7, 8.
positions.
Yeah. Okay. So 11, I think.
No questions.
Bumrah makes it into it easily. And number 10?
Will have to be
Arshdeep. Same. So your 3 pacers
are sorted.
I have no place for a Harshit Rana.
So three pacers are sorted. Also, the way I look at this is 12 overs gone.
12 overs gone.
I need 8 more overs. I need 2 more bowlers at least. There is an Abhishek as well and a Tilak that can give me 1 over each if need be. With Abhishek and between the two of them, Abhishek is the front runner. If I have to then resort to someone for some sort of variety, things aren't going my way. So this team needs 2 more bowlers right now.
Yep. And at number 9, when I look at it, Varun Chakravarti. I am sorry, there is no place for a Kuldeep Yadav.
Because you're not having him at 8?
No, because I have one more guy at 8.
Okay.
And I think he will solve what Hardik has been solving as far as the balance is concerned.
Okay.
I can't ignore a Varun Chakravarti, man. He was my best bowler in the UAE in the 2025 Champions Trophy. Yeah. And on top of that, IPL and all the other subsequent editions, he's also been good.
IPL, he was okay. He wasn't that great.
Subsequent editions prior to the 2025 Champions Trophy.
Whereas a Kuldeep was good. He is very good when it comes to drying up the runs in the middle overs, Kuldeep Yadav.
Yeah, but looking at Kuldeep's luck, I don't think he'll get a go in this.
Okay, let's do one thing because I have a similar combination in mind. Let's do Varun/Kuldeep.
Okay, Varun/Kuldeep. Okay.
For me, Kuldeep plays ahead of Varun. Just to be clear.
Yeah. So Varun/Kuldeep. Okay. So that is going to be one. That'll be a major conundrum because see, 2 very good bowlers.
I agree with you on one thing, that this team will need batting at number 8 as well. Exactly. If this is how you played your test cricket, if you want to play the high risk game that you have played since the time you won the T20 World Cup on the 29th of June last year, you have given every indication that we will play high risk and we need batting till number 8. So I don't see that changing.
If you want your batting to be very good, then you would want a Kuldeep Yadav, better batter than Varun Chakravarti. Okay. But
Doesn't count for much.
It doesn't count. See, 8 batters. My 8 is, I guess we'll agree upon that, Aksar.
No, not that down the order for me.
But he's fluid now. Number
He
5
is
to
fluid.
8.
I will rather perhaps have him at 7 maybe and fit in one more batter between the two of them.
Okay.
And have Jitesh at 8 because
Ha.
I think Jitesh is also the finisher that Punjab were once looking at.
And he delivered for RCB.
And he delivered for RCB. However, I don't think he was batting this low.
Yeah.
So this will be a newish sort of a role for him. But he showed, as was the case with him earlier as well, that he can up the ante. If you need somebody to up the ante at that place, maybe it's Jitesh. And this is where Sanju then misses out.
Sanju
Unfortunately
misses out.
for me as well, because I want to have Sanju right up top. That's where I saw him score those 300 hundreds as well.
Although, if I may have to look at Jitesh, where has he gotten most of his runs in international cricket? Okay. I'll just take a
He's not
look.
played a lot of international cricket, Siddharth.
He was there in that period of 2023, right? When we were looking
that'll
for.
be what, 5 games, 6 games?
That's what I'm checking. I think he played a fair amount. 9 T20Is he played. Okay. Now, in those 9 T20Is, I just want to look at where did he bat majority of his career in. Okay. He batted in the 4th position once. He's batted in the 5th position twice. And the rest of the times he's batted at number 6.
So not
Jitesh.
lower than 6.
He hasn't batted anywhere lower than a 6. Which is why I think.
Because of what had happened in the T20 World Cup final, Siddharth, I feel you have got a very good reason to believe in the ability of an Akshar Patel. Where he was pushed up the order, he took the responsibility and he scored quicker runs than a Virat Kohli did at that time. So he's really, I would say, strengthened his credentials as a batter. Also, what that does is, if you have Hardik, if you have an Akshar, somewhere around 6-7, it keeps a left-hander, a left-hand, right-hand combination going for you.
Or what if I propose this particular situation? Aksar at 5. Hardik at 6.
Okay.
Jitesh at 7 but again you are batting a Rinku Singh at 8. That's a problem. See, Aksar, what we are doing is we are just putting him in the 11, but where his batting position will be is immaterial, na? Because at the end of the day, it will be the management's call as to where he does it, where he slots in. He can either slot in at 3. It's not necessary then that you need somebody at 3 and he can slot in at 3. He's a left-hander, can replace Tilak in that sense.
See, but that's fine. We can just fill in the places in that case because the fluidity will be there.
Fluidity will be there from number 5 to number 8.
Yeah.
That is for sure. So, I would put Jitesh slightly higher. I would keep Aksar at
You want to keep Akshar at 8?
8. I can't see because the top order is
Siddharth,
so...
even for Delhi, the times that he's done well, he was always batting 4-5.
But again, look at the composition of the Delhi Capitals lineup. Now, you had a Karun, you had a KL Rahul, you had a Stubbs. He must have definitely come after Stubbs, right? In this, supposing if the situation demands, Aksar, by the way, was a bolt out of the blue. No one expected him to come that high up the order in that T20 World Cup final.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There is enough sample size now. With Delhi as well, you have seen him bat somewhere in the middle order, not lower middle order.
Then how do you fit him in the top order?
You know, I actually feel, since you're so inclined on playing Akshar at 7 or 8, something like that, who's your number 7, firstly?
In this current situation, see, again, Rinku 6,
It's
Jitesh
Rinku.
7.
I think Rinku might just miss the cut. I have a feeling, and that's the 11 I have in mind. I'm probably slotting both Hardik and Jitesh down by 1 place, and I'm going to have a DUBE.
Shivam Dube.
Yes.
But then, okay.
See, what that does to your middle order is, and it's the sort of confidence that only a Shreyas Iyer can give you right now, which is utter dominance against spinners. With Shivam Dube, you get that X-factor player, and teams will have to think twice before bowling a spinner in the middle overs then. And as we've seen in T20 cricket, there will come a point in the innings where you will need a spinner to be bowling to dry up the runs or hold the flow of runs from one end. And that's why, see, if Shivam Dube, you had every reason to not have a Shivam Dube in the 15. He was easily droppable. He had not done anything in the IPL for that matter. He didn't even bowl for that matter in the IPL for the Indian team to believe that that is something that makes him a multi-dimensional player and he'll be a good asset. So, and as we saw, the T20 World Cup was very average for him. He did not set the stage on fire as we had believed he would, given the goods that he delivered in the IPL. So I think there is a very good chance of a Dube fitting into this side, because otherwise he wouldn't have made it. I think he is there because you want him to be there in the middle order for you.
But then you're not going to face that much of spin. Sure, he'll face a couple of overs in the middle, but then moment if he starts to target spin, they'll come back to a pace bowler. Na? They would want to target him in that sense. See, for me, technically, if you look at it, and when was Dube is kind of a middle order glue. He isn't the finisher that we are looking at.
So that's why I'm saying I will push everyone down one order. I will have Dube at 5, Hardik at 6, Akshar and Jitesh 7, 8. That's fine by me.
7, 8. Oh. Yeah. This is where my disagreement is, because I believe that a proper finisher should be there. And Dube is not my finisher. For me,
your finisher is Akshar, na, as you said.
Also, there is Rinku. I have Rinku. I have Rinku in the 7th.
Then Siddharth, you must have Akshar at 7 and Rinku at 8, na? But if that is the 11 you have in mind.
Because if I bat Rinku at 8, I'm wasting him yet again like what I saw in 2024. See, 2024.
See, others are also giving you confidence now that they can go whack 6s.
Sure, but then see, Akshar is a floater. Number 5, number 8, number 3, number 4 is immaterial for him. He can bat in any position depending upon the team situation. For me, Akshar is the last of that. He's 8. The other 7 can adjust accordingly when that is so. That satisfies 2 things. 1, my spin bowling is done. My 8 conundrum is done. But at this point in time, if I want a Rinku Singh, I will get a finisher. I will also ensure that I get some runs in quick pace. Plus, he's a gun fielder. And that second factor, the gun fielding bit, is something that goes against Dube.
Can I tell you why there is one more reason for you to have Rinku at 8 and not at 7? Because if you believe Rinku is your finisher, what is it that you need Akshar Patel for to come after a Rinku Singh then? Tell me. I'm just looking for a reason, because he cannot be a better batter, and if you're having somebody to come in at number 8 willingly, then you have a role in mind for him, right? So are you expecting an Akshar Patel to be doing the heavier lifting than Rinku Singh?
I'm expecting Akshar to do the lighter lifting.
So that's why you push him up the order, give him more balls.
My buffer is Akshar Patel. Rinku is my batter. What Akshar offers to me, and any batter who offers me a number 8, it's a very novel thing. By the time you come to number 8, you are actually 6 or 7 down and you're 3 overs remaining. Ideal kind of a situation when you look at it. So, if I have to look at the current situation in mind, what my batter offers me at number 8 is immaterial. He is primarily in as a bowler who can either dry up the runs or ensure that, okay, if suppose I have a collapse.
At number 8, you need somebody who can bowl and bat.
So that is where Akshar fits the bill. A Harshit Rana doesn't give me that much confidence with the bat. Akshar Patel gives me tremendous confidence with the bat.
Okay.
Now, this is the problem. The problem is with Gill's coming. Why we are debating so much on 5, 6, 7, 8? Because everybody is batting out of position.
Yeah.
Jitesh is batting out of position. Hardik is batting out of position. Rinku is batting out of position. This is where I can't include a Sanju Samson, because what happens is Sanju's got a bad record at number 5 or number 6. The one who has scored runs in a quick manner is a Jitesh, and he's used to that position. So for me, I go with Jitesh, but now if you push 1 lower, you're getting a Dube in.
I'm getting a Dube in at 5. I'm clear on that.
What about Rinku? Better bat, better fielder. On current form, when
See,
you look at
I
it,
need a wicket keeper, so that's why I have to have a Jitesh in this side as well. Otherwise, Sanju right up top, maybe I could have fitted in a Rinku Singh then.
okay, so supposing if you had to pick Sanju Samson and he's your opener, okay, so that means Abhishek Sanju, Gill at 3, Tilak at 4, Surya at 5, Hardik at 6, 7 is Aksar or Rinku. 7 is 7, Rinku, 8 is Aksar. Is that the combination that you're wanting to go for?
Could go with that as well.
Because a DUBE kind of complicates the situation. I have. See, will he bowl?
He won't. I don't think so.
Then why don't
But
I
I'm telling
use-
you, I'm just going by his presence in the squad. He was the easiest to drop. Easiest to drop. And I have a feeling he's there for a reason. They have something in mind for a DUBE. Either the captain has that belief in him, the selectors, somebody does have a lot of faith in the ability of
Or is he just a backup?
two.
I know I'm not comparing with apples, but a Hardik Pandya, is he a backup to him?
You know what was mentioned about Rinku Singh was that we wanted Rinku because we for the role that he does, we wanted an extra batter as well in the squad.
So if I am going by that current thought of thinking, that line of thinking that is there, then getting a DUBE makes no sense. Because if he's not bowling, I can understand if he's bowling, he's your sixth bowling option.
No,
Then
he didn't bowl much in the World Cup
he's
as well.
hardly bowled.
But he was there primarily as a batter.
As a batter. Now, who didn't make the cut in the T20 World Cup then? Amongst the entire squad, barring a Jitesh, who didn't
So
make it?
Rinku wasn't there.
Rinku wasn't there. So, in that post era, when they went to South Africa, when they went to all of this, Rinku's made a bit of an impact. And now he's playing in the UP T20. Is Shivam Dube playing in any T20 league at this point in time?
So.
No. Now he doesn't have that much of game time ever since IPL.
Okay, so you're saying you want to have Hardik at 5.
Yes.
You want to have Jitesh at 6.
Huh. Rinku at 7.
Rinku at 7.
Aksar at 8.
So it's the Rinku Dube conundrum. that
Rinku Dube conundrum. But although if you look at it, okay, I think we have kind of agreed in this kind of, because Jitesh at 6.
It's okay, you can have /Dube over there, whatever.
Huh.
At 7, yeah.
Yeah, Rinku, although Dube won't bat that low, but Rinku can.
Yeah, but that's the little disagreement that Siddharth and I have.
Yeah.
But 9 out of 11 times we've agreed.
We have agreed on 9 out of 11.
because
we
you've
have
got
not agreed on Varun, Kuldeep and Rinku Dube.
Yes.
Okay. Although, see, if you want a better batter at 9, then Kuldeep fits the bill. But on what grounds, on what a priori grounds can you drop a Varun Chakravarti? And Kuldeep hasn't played. Unfortunately, he didn't get a single game in the England series to gauge how he's doing. Varun also hasn't played anything. So, how on earth are you going to gauge these two? That is the big problem.
Because I'm looking at it this way. Kuldeep is no longer a young member of the team.
Yeah.
And he's running out of time. You need to find a way of getting somebody who takes the pitch out of the equation, and he can be a very handy player. His numbers are impeccable. It's a very difficult choice to make. You wish you could make an 11 with both of them playing, but now that you want batting till 8, that can't happen.
If that's the case, you are playing with Sanju and Abhishek, then what's we have two slides.
2 slides. Okay. The second possibility is include a Sanju Samson.
We are making the best 11, na?
Best 11. Okay. Now, okay, let's include a Sanju. Okay. He will bat at number 3. Huh?
Open. No Gill.
No Gill.
That's not. That'll be
possible.
Shivam. If no Gill is like saying this is, then it becomes.
You're dropping your own vice
Yeah,
captain.
Utopian 11.
No. See, that is why vice captain dropping him, it's not been heard of. So then see, okay, see, you include Sanju. Okay, there's that one slide. Sanju is the wicket keeper. Okay, Tilak is my number 4 or 5. Let's put Sky 4, Tilak at 5. Okay, Tilak is 5. But again, everybody bats out of position anyway. Sky, Hardik, when you look at it, that's the
Tilak is 5 for you, then Hardik becomes 6.
6. Yes.
Aksar becomes 7.
Or no, Aksar still remains 8.
Okay.
Rinku becomes my 7.
Okay, so who did we remove then from 6?
Jitesh.
Jitesh. Because you have...
Because I'm
that's
having
fine.
Sanju.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So Rinku remains. Aksar is my 8. Varun, Arshdeep, Bumrah. So anyway, with the inclusion
This
of...
is also not that bad actually, but yeah, the only guy in your top 5 who's out of position then is Tilak.
Tilak.
And Sanju. So that's 2 people out of position. Vis-a-vis in the previous one where you had only 1 person out of position.
Unless the big decision is taken, Gill bats at 3.
No, not happening.
That's not
Not
happening.
happening.
That's not happening. Now, unfortunately, what will happen is Abhishek, Gill, Tilak, Sky, Sanju bats at 5. That is the only way possible.
No. I won't want that to happen for Sanju's good. While he makes it to the 11, but again he'll be scrutinized way too much if he's not able to perform over there. And I'm just going by history. He is the most droppable player as well.
What is Sanju's good? Can you just elaborate on that? What is Sanju's good? He's never had a good. That is the problem. How do you drop a guy who was 56 in T20 in ODIs and he's not gotten a chance to play? How do you describe that? So I'll just take a look at Sanju Samson when it comes to T20 position. Okay. When you look at his batting career summary for Sanju Vishwanath Samson, first position 39.3 at a strike rate of 182. Amazing. Second position, of course, average of 3 with 90 strike rate. Second. Yeah.
Leave that.
Third position, he's batted at number 3. He's batted from 1 to 7. He's batted in all positions. Number 3, 11 average, 127 strike rate. Number 4, average of 21, 130 strike rate. Number 5, 20.6 strike rate of 132. Sixth position, 12 average, 100 strike rate. Seventh position, 19 average, 79.
So see, he has to open then for you. Clear.
He can't go anywhere below number 3. But if he goes to bat at number 3, Sanju Samson, then I have 2 batters out of position.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the problem.
So I rather have 1 player out of position than 2.
Exactly. So that is why this is one. The other slide, Shivam, you already made that, right? Yeah. Okay, just show that other slide. Okay.
No. Let's go back to the previous one.
Previous one. Okay.
See, we've agreed that having Sanju at number 3 then just puts
everything.
awry, and there's more than one person who's playing out of position there.
Okay. Now let us, before we take the comments, let's sort out the 2 sticking points. We have to pick the 11. The 11 can't have a slash. Let's sort with Varun Kuldeep. I think that is the easier one.
I'm going with Kuldeep.
Oh. How do I drop a Varun? That's the thing.
I'm also going with Varun.
You're going with Varun. Yeah. He's going with Varun. So that is why Varun, I know Kuldeep, unfair, but what to do? What to do? Because see, as a left arm wrist spinner, he's that X factor. But they don't seem to consider him an X factor anymore. What to do in that?
Nee, he got you crucial wickets in the Champions Trophy as well.
Different time. Yeah. There you played Aksar, Kuldeep,
Varun,
Jaddu.
Yeah.
You played 4 spinners, but that was February, March. There the pitches were dead. Here, fresh wickets, pacers will rule. If we had removed Arshdeep, then you could fit in a Kuldeep. But you have to play 3 pacers in Dubai at this particular point in time because the wickets are fresh. So that is why. Now, Rinku, DUBE. For me, Rinku makes the cut simply because of 2 factors.
See, if we are keeping this as the batting order, then I'll just make things easy for us. At number 7, there has to be a Rinku and not a DUBE. Simple as that.
Rinku, yes. Because
done then.
So this is what we believe in sports today, with lot of disagreements or begrudging arguments that we have got. Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill are our openers. Tilak Verma is your number 3. Sky is your number 4. Hardik is at 5. There is unfortunately no place for a Sanju Samson. But see, this is what we are predicting. What the Indian team does, it's anybody's guess at this point. So don't jump on the bandwagon and start trolling us or criticizing if we got our team selection wrong. We don't know. Anything can happen with the Indian cricket team. We have gone with Jitesh because then that offers you the balance of, okay, he's a finisher, he can finish it well. Sanju batting at 5, 6 at this point in time is way out of position. Rinku at 7. India will want 8 batters and that is why Akshar Patel fits that bill. Then Varun Chakravarti, Arshdeep Singh, Jasprit Bumrah. Those are my, Harshit and Shivam's best 11, what we feel. But if you've got any, we will be taking it in the comments. You can also drop it down in the comment box also. So let's see whether our family members...
Let's see what is it that you think of our 11 and the arguments that we've made for the players that we've picked.
Yeah, let's take those comments as well. Vishal Panchal is like saying from the US, team balance is suffering. Gill's fit disrupted plans. Sanju sidelined. Management disappointing. Didn't agree with test team even after England draw. But at the end of the day, Vishal Panchal, yes, you might have disagreed on the team, but you still... This is the problem. That is why I didn't want a 2-2 series result. Because all the problems will then get swept under the carpet and you'll hail it as if India won the series 4-1. But you cannot play 8-9. You've placed too much of a heavy workload on Siraj and Bumrah in tests and they'll burn out. I'm sorry, that's the way how I look at it. But you won 2-2. As I've said, you're not drawn 2-2. You're won 2-2. There is a reason why I say that. And it will, and Sanju, as Harshit said, the most droppable guy in the history of Indian cricket. What do you do? Yes, that's how it is at this point in time. Okay, which is the other comment that we are... Okay, DP is like given his playing 11. Abhishek, Sanju, Gill, Sky, Tilak, Akshar, Hardik, Rinku, Varun, Arshdeep, Bumrah. It kind of reflects our... Oh, but he's got Sanju.
Yeah.
He's got Sanju,
He's
Gill.
playing Gill at 3.
3. Oh,
Don't think it's happening.
don't think. So, Chili Paneer is like saying in the whole of T20 World Cup 2024, India number 8 played only 14 balls and scored just 19 runs. This is why I'm saying, what my
But
number
Siddharth,
8...
what you have done after that T20 World Cup final and Chili Paneer, that's a point to you as well, is that you have increased the risk factor even more. So you want that sense of assurance even at number 8, and perhaps that also explains why you have a Harshit Rana who's hit some 50 odd sixes in first class cricket. He needs to work much more on that, but I think you need batting at 8 with the high risk approach that you've taken after winning the final.
Yeah. But again, I don't know why you've added so many. That's what the problem of plenty. This is what is going on. It's just thrown the entire team into a kerfuffle. When you had to get in a Shubman Gill, why did this happen? Kishan K is like saying, what did Jitesh has done? See his T20 stats. But Jitesh,
You look at his IPL this year.
IPL for RCB this year in 2025, he won you one game out of nowhere against LSG.
LSG.
And his keeping was also pretty solid. Sanju, I think, see, what is the rationale behind this? I think there was one gaping hole. Okay.
Behind?
Sanju behind Jitesh's entry and Gill's entry. Now I think this management wants some consistency at the top. Abhishek and Sanju, one huge building, but a tough.
I know, but that's exactly why you needed batting till number 8 as well. Na? That is exactly what we saw over the course of the last 1 year.
Correct. So Shubman Gill doesn't give you a trough. He may probably give you some high-rise buildings.
This is, it is where, Shubman Gill right at the top, it reminds me of Virat Kohli. Because, see, what did we see in the final? I think what this Indian team, perhaps, I don't know if this is the thought process now. And if this is the thought process, then I wonder why is it that we were playing the way that we were playing for the last 1 year. That perhaps on big match days, big finals, big semi-final, anything can happen. You were 34 for 3 in the final this time around in the T20 World Cup. And you needed somebody to steady the ship for you. Who did that? it was Virat Kohli. Who's the one taking the risk? It was an Akshar Patel who then took all the risk for you. Perhaps you've gone back to that philosophy and you feel that Gill can be that stabilizer and aggressor as well, as we've seen him in IPL as well. That yes, you let him spend 10 overs, that striker will keep going up and up and up. Maybe you've gone back to that you realize that, see, big days, we saw that with England as well. England, for all the baseball that they had played in the 2022 edition, they had to play circumspect cricket and calculated cricket in the
Stokes
final.
who did that, yeah.
Yes. So maybe that is the learning. But if that is the learning, then you've in a way nullified everything you did over the last 1 year.
Maybe it is adding a bit more common sense. I need one stabilizing factor at the top, that's Gill. The others just go gungo.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the way when you're looking at it at this point in time. T20 is 120 ball format. Test can go on for over 500 runs and your top 7 can play out 120 balls. But then this team needs number 8. That's
Because
why
this
they can
team
go
is
gung-ho.
looking at targets of 200 plus.
250 plus, yeah.
They
Aram
almost
said
got
250
300.
plus. Yeah, you almost came close. 300 twice when you look at it. So, Jay Panchal is saying, please talk about Australia versus South Africa series. What a series. SA played brilliantly. Oz downgraded a squad without Maxwell Smith. They're in danger. Pitches are perfect for the ODI format. Yeah, I mean, they have won the series 2-0 and now they have not lost the series to them for close to 4 years now. So, yeah, South Africa are doing very well. And I think in the T20 World Cup, they look like one of the contenders, honestly, South Africa, if they get their heads together. Now that their one ICC jinx is done,
Is over, yeah.
I think now they'll be like what India are, just in that way looking at it. And yeah, Jay Panchal, it's been a great series with South Africa winning the toss and Brevis showing his class.
Yeah.
So that way it's going to be, you is saying Oz are missing Smith. Yeah, I think good. Their ODI form has just nose dived at this point in time. So that is the way we are looking at it. And any other further comments? Okay, we took that. Okay. Austin Kuna, my bold prediction, Pant, Iyer, Siraj will surely be in T20 World Cup 15.
I don't see how Pant makes it.
Is there an outside chance of Virat be considered if he comes out of retirement just for LA 28 Olympics and your Superb IPL next 3 years? I don't know, yaar. I really don't know. 2028, I can't seem to wrap my head around 2026 and 2027. How can I make a prediction of 2028? And by the way, it will be a zonal system qualification.
Yeah.
That's what the ICC is proposing. Who knows what will India's position be in 2028? Because USA is your host. So it's basically 5 teams. One from Oceania, one from Asia, one from Africa, one from Europe. And you don't know what's the status of the Caribbeans. Are they going to host an interzonal tournament? We don't know. So let's not take it for granted that India might qualify for the Olympics. They might. On current form, they might. But we don't know. Freaking awesome. If management want Gill to lead the side and all, can he play all games? None is playing all 3 formats now without a break. You can't bring Gill in T20 just because he's done well in tests. But because you've done well in IPL, you got in a test berth. That's how this management works at this point in time. Freaking awesome. But Pant, Iyer, Siraj in T20 World Cup of 2026. What do you think?
See, Iyer, yes.
Yes.
Siraj, maybe.
Pant.
I doubt.
How could you get Pant? Okay, the same argument.
Also because, see, the World Cup will happen before the IPL.
Yeah, February, March.
So where do we get to see Pant?
And Pant, let me tell you, the same argument. 80 T20Is with the bat, what has he done? Strike rate, what has he done?
This year's IPL didn't help you remove that 100 that he got against RCB. Nothing.
Again.
Nothing before and after that.
Syed Nizamuddin, Iyer, next ODI captain, is this true? Devjit Sekia, BCCI secretary, said, that's news to me. That's news to him. Nothing. It's not yet true, Syed Nizamuddin. Let's see how that's going to... Tamogna Basu saying, let Sanju bat at number 5. Then Hardik, Rinku, Aksar. Sanju deserves to be in 11 candidate spinners as well as DUBE from number 5. Overall, much quality than DUBE, and that quality matters need to be fair too. But although Sanju does have a weakness against leg spin, but I don't know which, barring Sri Lanka, which other team has leg spinners? Bangladesh and Rishad, but they're not in the same group. So that's why, yeah, again, unfortunate. But if Jitesh doesn't play, then Sanju will have to play, but he'll be batting out of position then. Let me tell you right now at this point in time. And last comment we will take. Why is BCCI forcing Gill down our throats? No, they're not. I mean, to be fair to the BCCI, how can you ignore a Shubman Gill? Can you? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So
Austin Daguna has also sent us a
to you,
comment.
yeah.
He says that now that the keeper slot will be focused in the middle order, the competition will be between Jitesh and Pant, since Sanju Ishan may not be that effective. Pant's last T20 50 was versus Sri Lanka in 2024. But even then, I feel you would rather be looking at Austin. If you ask me, I would rather be looking at an informed batter. He may be opening, and I'm talking about Sanju over here. I would rather place my money on somebody who's showing me form in some other position and hope that he gets me runs over there. With Pant, I'm not getting, at least if you ask me, I'm not getting that feeling right now that I look past a Sanju Samson, an informed Sanju Samson who scored 300s for me, who's batting exactly the way I need him to bat. What also goes against Pant is the fact that you saw him bat across batting positions. You saw him bat in the middle order where we were saying no, he's batting too low. Then you saw him progress, move himself up as well. That didn't work out either. So at the moment, I don't see things lining up for Pant as much as I see for a Jitesh and for a Sanju Samson.
Yep. So, oh boy, let's just ensure that the team is picked in the right way on September 10th. The opening game for India in the Asia Cup competition.
Will it be a humdinger of a match?
India versus UAE. Let's see how that pans out. What humdingers, yeah. India is clearly the best team in Asia at this point in time. Yeah. The Asia Cup
It'll be a surprise.
If UAE defeat Pakistan or Oman beat Pakistan, then it's a different kettle of fish altogether.
If Pakistan can lose to the US,
Let's hope it happens in...
anything can happen.
Let's hope it happens in this 2025 Asia Cup also. They need to play them only once, not twice. Yeah. So, thank you so much, folks. If you agree or disagree with our playing 11s, you can write to us in the comments below. And thank you so much, folks. From me and Harshad, it's bye-bye, Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair. Eat your vegetables.
Don't trouble your mother.
Stay safe and have a good weekend. We'll see you soon on Sports Today.